All right, Ryan's Midlife Crisis Journal, day 54. A minor update. I had to kind of remove this guy yesterday. I got enough data. So when the time came up where the kids wanted to swim, and they're still learning to swim, and so I had to get in the pool with them, I had to take it off. So here's where I'm still having trouble. I talked about this a little bit more at the beginning, but I think I've oversimplified it a little bit. So I'm excited about the idea of focusing on my videos more to try and make a little bit more money. But that's not so exciting that I'm like happy to wake up early for it. I got to figure out this schedule thing. I mean, part of me thinks that I'm just like, maybe I'm just putting too much eggs in waking up early because I'm more of a night owl, but I can't find anything that seems to overlap the three parts of the Venn diagram, where it's like passion and where it's like something I'm passionate about, something I'm good at, and something that I can get paid for. Because honestly, like a lot of the video stuff that I'm doing, I wasn't always good at that. That's like more like a skill I'm learning as opposed to a skill I already had. Today's my daughter's birthday, so I'm having fun with that though. I'm going to setting up a scavenger hunt. Discover we got like a bunch of the books she likes, books from the book series she likes. Do like a scavenger hunt around the house for them. I set it up. Hopefully it's not going to rain this morning, because I can set it up. I would do that now, but I kind of feel the gas because I always do when I wake up. The other problem is I realized in spending time around my family and stuff. So basically, like my parents, they're around my age. They were, well, they moved first of all, and at the time, so this is probably like, yeah, it would be like late 90s or so. They moved a little bit after, so I think they bought, so they bought their current house when they were like 38 or so. And the market was not amazing, but it was a little bit better than I think it is now. Since that time, their house has 4x'd in value. And now that my dad's retired, they're looking to move, and when you have a house that 4x'd in value, selling that house basically opens up a lot of options. So despite the fact that it seemed like, I remember being, really penny pinching, especially when like I was about to go to college and stuff. My sisters were going to go to college. Simply having that house actually took care of a lot for them. So that's interesting. What makes me think that like I'm already more successful than I feel like. Just because I don't have a lot of free cash doesn't mean that like things aren't going to open up eventually. I just don't want them to wait until I'm like almost 70 to do it, or like in my mid 60s. But I don't want to sell this house either. Like I'm realizing I have more options too. Like, so I've had this house for about 10 years, and buying so in theory, you could do something like take out a home equity line of credit or something, and then could use that to purchase either, heck, we could buy like a second house to get like short-term rental income, like Airbnb stuff. It should be able to make a net profit there if we have the time to manage it. Could buy like some business or something like that. And some of the business ideas seem fun too. Not to mention, like, my 401k has done pretty well. My 401k should be larger than it is at this point, but because we tapped into it to buy the house that we're in 10 years ago, so I was like 28 or so, so a lot of my 401k got used up in that. Not a ton, but like the 401k for my first job, or for the first company I worked for like 4 years, basically got eaten up into it. So, but it was still pretty good. So like, basically all of my net worth, because of like how much I owe in the car and stuff like that, like half of my actual net worth is equity in the house and half is my 401k, which is, it can make you feel like you don't have as much money as you have. I'm trying to do 2 videos this week though. We'll see how I'm able to do that. Let's see if that extra motivation here gets me going. I think, yeah, let me just set up, I'm going to set up the scavenger hunt. If I do it now, I could probably do it naked, which is always a perk. I just make sure it's not going to rain first. I don't want to end up in the same place whereas I started here. It was really active today. All right, day 54 in the books.